Hey, how's it going? This is Michael from Lighthouse Worship Center Church, where Tracy L. DeVoe is our pastor. Just recently, she challenged us to read a couple chapters of the scripture a day and put a simple post on Facebook just saying what we read and what we thought about it. I decided to challenge myself a little bit further. I'm going to try to do a video post about each thing that I read. I'm going to start off with the topic of the story of Joseph. His story is really interesting because he was pushed down so low, but then God elevated him higher than we could have ever even imagined. It starts off in Genesis 37. Joseph at this time is about 17 years old, and he's having dreams and he's having new ideas about things. The only thing is, he's a little bit naive. He's not realizing that his father is giving him preferential treatment and giving him a little bit more love because he was the son of his father's old age. His father had given him a coat of many colors to wear, and back in those days, if you're out in the fields and you're working with your sheep, your cattle, and you're working in the fields, you're probably out wearing some old dusty brown coat. But Joseph is walking around in a coat of many colors, and those dyes that it takes to make those colors were very expensive in that time, especially to be dyeing something different colors. It had to be a quite expensive gift. His brothers envied him quite a bit for this. Then he goes out one day, finds his brothers out working, and he tells them of a dream that he just had. The dream was that their stalks of grain were bowing down to his stalks of grain, not realizing that they're starting to get more upset with him and starting to envy him even more and look at him like, who does he think he is? He goes and tells them a whole nother dream that's even larger than the first. In the second dream, the moon and the 11 stars were bowing down to him. This obviously pushed his brothers over the edge, and they conspired against him to actually kill him. They decided not to actually kill him, but they threw him in a pit with no food, no water, and was gonna at first just leave him there. Then they thought, hey, why not make a little extra money? They saw some merchants traveling through the town, and they decided, hey, let's sell him into slavery to those guys. So they sold him for 20 pieces of silver. Later, those merchants are traveling through the marketplace where you trade whatever you have. Maybe you have wheat, grains, vegetables, you have cattle, whatever. But they run across Potiphar, one of Pharaoh's top officers, and he sees something special in Joseph. So he purchases him. Obviously, the merchants made a few extra dollars off this transaction, but they would have never imagined what God had for Joseph coming up after that. I'll see you in the next video to find out what happens in Genesis 38.